class. The state championship for Class 3, 2, and 1A. And stepping onto the mat for the championship will be a rematch of the regional championship in Oakley. It'll feature Jeff McIntyre of the Atwood Buffaloes. He is in the bright red uniform, and Aristo Rito of Leota in the darker uniform.
McIntyre, good penetration in deep on the single leg early in the first period. He hasn't scored yet. But Arito comes back now, and he tries to penetrate, gets in deep on McIntyre. McIntyre counters out with a crossface. McIntyre in the red uniform, it looks like he's in a position to score. Has a good crossface working. If he steps behind, he scores too.
McIntyre and Aristo met in the finals, as I said. McIntyre lost that match, his first match of the year in the championships of the regional, 6-4. And so he is trying to avenge that loss from just a little over a week ago.
Rito, bottom side in the dark uniform from Leota. And McIntyre trying to put a stack on Rito, steps across. He didn't hold him long enough to score near fall points, but he was wrestling aggressively and certainly was trying to do that after getting the takedown in the first period.
We might tell you that after the 103-pound weight class, the team totals for the team championship has Atwood with 97.5 team points, Plainville 95, Oakley 91, and Lyons 89.5. The top 4 teams in the team title chase.
Jeff McIntyre in the red uniform scored the takedown early in the first period. He shot his move right off the whistle. We're down to 32 seconds remaining in the first period. And McIntyre controls, but Rito has a history of coming back strong in the late stages of a wrestling match, remember?
Well, he really has, Ben. He really has had the tradition of doing that. McIntyre pinned his opponents in the semifinal and quarterfinals and won his first match of the tournament 8-0 over Gager of Plainville.
We're down to 10 seconds, first period. A lot of intensity and control on the part of Jeff McIntyre of Atwood. Rito on a short sit-out, tries to come to his feet. He'd like to score one, but it's too late. Time expires.
Well, it was good aggressive action on the part of the youngster from Atwood, Kansas, Jeff McIntyre of the Buffaloes. And this is an important match for Atwood, Ben, when you talk about the team title.
And we're looking at those team scores. We're not ready to tell you what they are. We don't really know yet for sure, Rich, but I'll tell you one thing. A lot of people in the stands are keeping track.
They're trying to stay on top of it, and we'll try to stay on top as well.
Second period, Aristo Rito tries to set out and turn in. McIntyre grabbing the legs in the red uniform. Now working with the crossface, once again tying the wrists up. McIntyre in control and has a 2-0 lead. It's not a big lead in this kind of a match.
No, it really isn't. But McIntyre appears to be certainly searching for something that'll gain him some more offensive points.
Rito doesn't have a lot of spark in his move so far, Rich. You'll notice that he's simply laying on his stomach, and Jeff McIntyre has a relatively easy time controlling at this point in the match.
But only leads 2-0. 112-pound championship match.
We have a stall warning. It is issued against Jeff McIntyre.
McIntyre was looking over to his corner, to his coaching staff, to see maybe what he ought to do, and any instructions possibly there.
Rito makes a short move, and it's a very small move off the bottom on the whistle. 1:11 remaining, second period. McIntyre working more aggressively now after the stall warning. Breaks Rito down on his stomach. Championship wrestling here at 112 pounds.
Again, McIntyre got the first period takedown, and that's critical in the match, particularly where he started on second period on top.
McIntyre now almost got exposure points. He trapped Aristo Rito momentarily. A good move after you've been warned for stalling.
Ben, how long you have to stay there to get points?
Well, it would take 2 full seconds to score, and it would take 5 seconds to score a 3-point near fall. Aristo Rito now coming back and trying with a Granby cradle. McIntyre counters and hits that crossface pretty tough.
Really, he's been rather aggressive in the second period, particularly after he got that stall warning. And on that top position has been trying to get Rito on his back.
Down to 10 seconds. Second period action. McIntyre hangs on to that 2-0 lead. Rito hasn't really maintained his base, hasn't gotten to his hands and knees, and he needs to do that to get an escape.
You know, the coaching staff at Atwood, and particularly Steve Woody, is a kind of an emotional guy, and he really gets into the matches and really can provide you quite a bit of excitement from time to time. We'll kind of watch him maybe, but it'll be interesting to see his reaction, because McIntyre win here would be big for their chances for a team title.
Exactly. Now Rito exercises his choice in the third period and takes topside. McIntyre in a short stand-up tries to step across. Can he move? He's got Rito in a problem now, and Rito's about to lose control. McIntyre puts a headlock. Oh, a good front headlock on Rito. He not only scored the reversal, Rich, but he's going to score back points.
Well, I got to tell you, I told the coach from Atwood gets a little bit excited. He is on his feet as Rito is on his back.
Well, I'll tell you, that was an aggressive move. He scored 3 near fall points, and now Jeff McIntyre leads 7-0 in this championship match at 112 pounds.
And really has been in control. Really has been in control, trying to avenge that loss from a week ago at the regional championships. You can see Coach Johnny Flores of Leota in the corner back behind the official, sitting rather calmly, but that's much different than the other corner, I can tell you that.
Very aggressively, McIntyre puts a half Nelson in deep, steps across. He's going to score more near fall points. It was a roll through, but it was good enough to score 2.
I'll tell you what, McIntyre has come to get the job done, Ben.
Well, he's on a romp right now. He leads 9-0 with only 40 seconds remaining in the second period, or rather, excuse me, the third period.
Yes, sir, folks. Jeff McIntyre has come to look for a state title and appears to be on his way to get it.
Now, using the legs, tries to hook a neck jerk in. McIntyre controlling well the legs. He can get some more near fall points.
We want to tell you that Rito is a junior from Leota and McIntyre is a senior from Atwood. Jeff knew if he's going to get a title, he'd have to do it right here today.
McIntyre in the red uniform's about to give up a reversal, and he does. Rito scores 2 points, but it's too late, and we have another champion at 112 pounds.
Steve Woody is an elated coach on the side for the Atwood Buffaloes as Jeff McIntyre wins the state championship at 112 pounds by a score of 9-2. A championship for the Atwood Buffalo 112-pounder, Jeff McIntyre. Pretty big win, Ben.
Well, it was, Rich. I liked the way he came out. He was aggressive right off the whistle. He was fully determined to be the champion and simply went out and intended to conquer the territory, and that he did.
Jeff McIntyre of the Atwood Buffaloes, the champion at 112 pounds. Folks, we're going to swing to the award stand to tell you and take a look at the medal placers at 103 pounds in the 1989 state tournament. In the awards presentations, 4th place in the 1989 103-pound division will go to Rex Storer of the Hoxie Indians. 3rd place, consolation championship, goes to Randy Bierman of Leota. 2nd place will go to Bobby Garber, the young freshman from southeast of Saline. And the 1989 Kansas 103-pound state champion, Aaron Shelton from the Phillipsburg Panthers.